I have three questions I always ask the entrepreneur who comes to me with an idea. And they are you willing to give up everything? Is anyone else doing this? And why you? And I've come to those three questions as the list of things to ask of an entrepreneur after being at several successful and some unsuccessful companies. I joined a company back in 1999, trying to take on the web, raised hundreds of millions of dollars, hired over 400 people, and the company just didn't go anywhere. Been at another company that there were 17 of us, and we turned into MySpace. And so I've been able to see both sides of the equation, a success and a failure, and really learned that it's these three questions that can determine the success. Now, before the entrepreneur comes to me or tells me the idea, we sit down, a cup of coffee or whatever, and it just happened yesterday, and I tell the person, wait, stop, don't tell me your idea. First, I'm gonna tell you it's gonna fail. It's gonna fail, don't do it, and I want you to know this before you tell me your idea, because it's not the idea that's gonna make or break the next biggest web company in the world, the biggest retail business in the world. It's the execution of that business. And the execution is more than a single person. When you're talking about building a company that's going to be a large, successful company, you need a team of people. And that's because one person doesn't have everything. So are you willing to give up everything is the first thing I tell them. After telling them they're going to fail, and I hear their idea, I say, are you willing to give up everything to make this a success? Are you going to work the 20, 24-hour days, the 48-hour days that is needed to go into building a company? Do you have a family? Do you have friends? Do you have a hobby? Throw them all out the window. If you're going to make this company succeed, you need to be able to sacrifice that. Are you going to give up on being with your newborn baby to make your business work? Are you going to give up on watching the Super Bowl because your company needs you on Sunday? These are questions you have to ask yourself about building a company. Next question is anyone else doing this? This is about the competition in the marketplace. Why is there no one else doing this? The entrepreneur always tells me this great idea that they came up with. They had this epiphany. This is what the world needs. And I tell them, well, then why is no one else doing it? Are you that smart? Really, are you that smart that no one else thought of this? Google wasn't the first company to think of search. They were just able to do it better. So maybe if no one is doing the business, it's because no one needs it. And if someone else is doing it, then how can you do it better than them? So when we were at MySpace, there was another social network called Friendster, and we said, we're gonna do it better than them, and this is how we're gonna do it. Google was able to do search better and monetize it better than the predecessors. So, and there's sometimes room in the marketplace for two. So if no one else is doing it, is it really that good of an idea? Has anybody else, have you done your homework and searched to see if anyone else did it and failed in the past and you never heard about it because it was a bad idea? And just because it might have failed doesn't mean it's a bad idea. Maybe they didn't execute it well, which kind of goes into the third question. Why you? Why are you going to make the next Google, the next eBay, the next Facebook or MySpace? Why are you going to be able to do it better than the people who either failed or the people who are in the marketplace? What is your experience in this domain? What are your connections to sales, to hiring people, to getting the technology? What about you that makes it different, that's going to give you a leg up against everybody else? Do you have enough resources? Having an idea and a friend that's a programmer isn't enough. You need a lot of resources to make a company succeed. Whether it's corporate infrastructure, are you going to be an LLC, an S Corp, a C Corp, are you raising money? I mean, basic business needs need to be taken care of. And if you don't have the resources to get past the hurdle of building a business, then you're not going to be able to succeed on executing your idea. And then the third step of that is not just executing the idea, but monetizing it. How do you know how to make money off of this business idea? Who else has done it? Who are you going to go to sell this business, to sell the product, the service? What is in it that you bring to the table that's going to make this a success? And usually by the end of that conversation, they go back to the first thing I said, which is, oh, this looks hard, I think I'm going to fail. And I tell them, look, it's not you, it's not your idea. It's a lot of information to build a company, which is why most fail. And so the list of, are you willing to give up everything? Is there anyone else doing it? And why you? If they can't answer those 3 things confidently after 5 minutes of talking at a coffee, give up. Don't start. If I can discourage you from doing it right now, then you really don't have the aptitude to start it and go at it full time.